Hello Martin, here at Synthfest. In a kind of really quiet and unassuming corner of the room, we've got a VCV Rack stand, which is actually one might say it's a disruptive technology, but it's not, it's an enabling technology, right? You're a developer for that, right?
I develop third-party modules for it. So I should stress I'm not associated with Andrew Belt himself and VCV Rack, but I have his approval to be here.
So why, I mean, it's really, it's been a very sort of enabling bit of technology. I mean, the fact that it's free entry is astonishing.
It's amazing how many free modules you already can get from the standard pack. There are paid add-on modules, but already the freeware pack has probably over 200 or 300 modules in it in the moment. And basically you can do a whole lot of complex things which probably even with hardware was not feasible or affordable.
And you develop your own modules. Are these your modules here?
Those are my modules.
We should definitely get a plug-in for those, right?
Yeah.
So okay, so what's the most recent thing that you've been working on?
So the most recent ones are the premium modules, which are two sequencers, one analog style sequencer, pretty standard thing with a couple of extra twists, and this which are called the memory sequencer, in which you can basically record a sequence of voltages and then play them back in random order and so on, with storing them. I have a YouTube tutorial on that on my channel.
So what drew you to it? I mean, is it the fact that is it easy to develop for? Is it the community? What is it?
What drew me to it was first of all a fascination with modular synthesizers, and I have developed other synths before. Many years ago I wrote an emulation of a hardware synth, the PG8X, but then I tried several modular frameworks like the Arturia, the Softtube, and what I was missing was somehow the opportunity to write my own things for it. And then came along VCV Rack with the open source API and tutorials how to write software, and there we went. So
is it C++ or
it's C++ based? Yeah.
Right, okay. And so it's kind of easier to get into, right?
It's quite easy to get into, and there are templates to download which are already working easy modules, and you can start modifying them, and it's very well documented, and also a good community to help when you're stuck somewhere.
Well, I suppose the other thing is, you can get into it and write free stuff, but you've got some premium ones, so you can actually make revenue from it as well.
Yes, yeah.
So where do you think it's going? I mean, you must know what it's capable of and how far you can push it.
Well, there are several aspects to it. I mean, there's of course the aspect that people can get into modular, which otherwise couldn't afford modular synths and can use it in their music production or so. Many people then go through VCV Rack, go towards real modular systems. Also, it's a test bed for new ideas. There are, for instance, modules which have been developed for VCV Rack and now are ported back into the hardware world. And I myself am also thinking about if I can in future to build some of those as real modules. But that's still
so like a prototyping
long way away.
It's interesting, I mean, because we know Native Instruments use Reactor to develop a lot of their software products as well, so it kind of makes a lot of sense. And how much CPU can you hog with a module? Is it viable to make something that's really hungry and really high quality, or do you have to work within limitations?
It depends very much on the computer you have and what you really want to do. Actually, the various modules have different CPU usage. So there are modules which are very economical in CPU use, others which are quite heavy. So it depends really what you're patching together. And we should not forget we are in the moment at version 0.6, which is still a beta version. Andrew is, as far as I know, working on a parallel version so that you really can make use of the multi-core architecture we have nowadays.
Oh, that'll open things up.
And that will be a big breakthrough if we can use the various cores on the machine.
So do you think I wonder if it's going to get to the position where it will be charged for, or is the model that it's currently in makes sense?
Andrew has several times stated that the model will stay the same, that the base system of VCV Rack is open source and freeware, and he is financing himself through a couple of paid for add-on modules, as are many other developers like myself. So we always will continue making freeware modules, just because that's the whole philosophy of the ecosystem.
And I suppose the attraction is, for a developer, you've got Windows,
it runs
Mac and Linux as well.
Yes, on all three systems, yeah.
And that's parity, isn't it? Does each release go out at parity across all platforms?
I don't know which one is used most. I would still guess it's Windows, but yes, basically every module is available for all platforms.
And what sort of, I mean, is it a lot of work to develop a module? Where does most of the work lie? Is it in the designing the GUI or the functionality?
I think it depends very much on what your strength is. For me, the strength is more on the programming, so that came quite easy. I spent more time in getting the GUI right and so on, because that's not my natural world. For other people who come from the graphics design world, it's probably easier to start with the GUI and then get the engine right. And there are interesting concepts. There's one by Geodesics where the idea first started as a GUI, and then the guy was calling out for developers to build the engine fitting behind the GUI. So it's a very interesting world, the VCV Rack.
For collaborative as well.
Okay.
So have you got anything that you'd like to plug? Anything coming out soon, or anything that you...
No, in the moment I don't have anything in the pipeline. There are a couple of things. I just fixed a couple of bugs on them. I have some ideas, but it will be a while until they materialize.